Right, dudes, here's a question for you. Is time speeding up? No, seriously. Have you noticed a difference in time? Like literally, it kind of just feels like it's sped up, or there's something, I don't know, just different about it. Posted the same question on my Twitter just a few days ago. And got some interesting responses and feedback, and let's go through a couple of them. But I don't know, for me, I feel like time is speeding up. I really do. They say time flies when you're having fun. I'm not. They also said that one of the big ones that comes out of it as well, and many people's response, is time gets quicker as you get older. I wouldn't discount that, but I don't know. I just feel like I've noticed it. The past couple of years, I've noticed it more and more. And yeah, the concept of getting older might be attached to that, but I don't know. It just feels a bit different. I noticed it the last couple of years, but definitely last year. It was like the beginning of the year started, and then before I knew it, because there's these benchmarks, isn't there? These dates in the diary, holiday periods typically. So things like Easter, and then it goes to some holidays, and then Christmas is the other big one. Yeah, as a milestone. But it just felt like last year, the year started, and then before I knew it was Christmas. Yeah. And then this year started, before I know it, it's February. A more condensed version of that in regards to recognising this Groundhog Day type stuff that's just speeding up now is things like putting the bins out. I'll put the bins out, and then it'll be time to put the bins out again the next week. Yeah, so it's like that week just goes so quick now. Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean? You having a laugh? You having a laugh? That's funny, actually. I watched Extras. Big fan of stuff like The Office, and I hadn't seen Extras again for Ricky Gervais's Extras. I hadn't seen it in ages. It was one of them things I was like, oh, should I put it on? Yeah, I remember it being half decent. Put it on, it's actually really good. If you haven't seen it for a while, you should watch it again. Yeah, anyway, let's not digress. Let's go back to Groundhog Day. Time. Right. So some of the big things that came out of it. Getting older could feel like time is speeding up. Okay, accept that, maybe. The other one that came out of it was the idea that we are going into almost like a different realm. The type of matrix that we are used to, some of us more aware of it than others, of course, but the sort of matrix that we used to, we're going into a new phase, a new matrix, a new time period. And time within... This is quite the interesting concept. It's either that time as part of the older construct is speeding up because it's going into a new one, or time is speeding up because it is the newer one. Listen, of course, I don't know. Just from a tangible point of view, just putting the bins out, right? An experience in that time period between just something like that, it seems to be speeding up. It's already February. It's already mid-Feb of 2025, which is just insane, dudes, is it not? Doesn't feel like 2 minutes since it was Christmas. Doesn't feel like it was 2 minutes since it was the Christmas before that, which is kind of my point. Hang on a minute, are we going into boggy territory? Hang on. I will not slip on my arse. I think it'll be alright. It has been a bit wet. Still cold. But here's what it is, eh? What are your thoughts? But time is an interesting subject, is it not? Time for me is interesting in that it's one of the biggest things to connect us to the system. It locks us in, time, doesn't it? Yeah? Time is that thing that keeps us attached perpetually to the construct. Why? Because if we're not constantly aware of it, and when you're having fun, maybe, you know, when you're doing a party and you're having a little dance, no, actually, you still, even if it's right in the background, you're still conscious of time because you're thinking, how long have I got? When will the night end? When you're having a shit time, when you're having a bad time. Fucking hell, I hope this goes quick. I want this to go quicker. The constant fear and anxiety of feeling like you haven't achieved enough. And that you got to a period of your life and it's like, I haven't done enough within that time period. It's like time goes with that constant locking in of the construct to keep us locked into the prison that we call this fabulous matrix. Man, there's so much to explore with this type of stuff, and I do want to explore it. Why? Because it kind of gets to a point, I don't know about you, but it kind of gets to a point for me with this matrix particularly, where you think when it comes to things like materialism and all the things that are designed to keep us as prisoners, they don't quite do it for you anymore. And the only thing really to look for then is knowledge and awareness, and part of that is not being afraid to ask questions that could come across as absolutely ridiculous, like, is time speeding up? But I don't care. I can't care, because I think these are the questions as part of this game that are the things that are only worth asking now. So let's ask it again. Is time speeding up? What do you think? Is it speeding up for you? Have you noticed a bit of a pattern with the Groundhog Day type stuff? Is it slowing down for you? Do you feel like it's been a bit different? Because like with the Twitter responses, of course, I'm very keen to hear your experience and what you think about it all. But certainly, like I mentioned, from my perspective, time's speeding up. And isn't it interesting in regards to that perpetual locking in of time and where that leads and the journey and where it goes? Nobody knows, but we shall soon find out. Anyway, like I said, interested to read your experience. You have a great day. Ta-ta.